Wolves are one of the most successful hunters in the wilderness. With the gray wolf standing at 6 feet and weighing between 66 and 180 pounds, the average size of a human adult, they're known to hunt in packs of around 8 for animals that are twice as big and around 8 times as heavy, such as moose, deer, elk, caribou, and bison. With twice the jaw pressure of a German shepherd and sharp canine teeth, they can crush through your bones in only a couple bites, and they'll hunt you throughout the night without getting tired. They can consume up to 20 pounds of meat in one sitting. And you thought those guys in the steak-eating challenge were impressive? The history between humans and wolves dates back to 100,000 years ago, as they were the top hunters among carnivorous species, so humans had to face a very intimidating rival. Although in this age they barely ever attack humans, they've always been considered one of the biggest, most terrifying creatures in nature. Remember the story of the big bad wolf? As rare as wolf attacks are, with trophy hunting being a sport and new species continuously being added on the endangered list, it's only natural for these glorious animals to feel threatened in the presence of a human. So what would you do if you ever found yourself face to face with one, or a whole pack of them? In this video, we'll provide you with 10 tips on how to survive in a confrontation with wolves. Tip 1. Watch for their signs. Wolves are very cautious animals, so they usually avoid contact and rarely attack humans. There have only been around 9 fatal wolf attacks in North America in the past 100 years. Although they're unlikely to attack you unprovoked, if you happen to wander off near their habitat, you could be perceived as a threat. When in nature, watch out for any signs of their presence. That can be anything from large amounts of litter, chewed up plastic to gnawed bones, their walking tracks or wolf droppings on the ground. Most importantly, listen out for sounds of their howl. Tip 2. Avoid being seen. If you sight a wolf on your path but it hasn't noticed you yet, keep it that way. You don't see chickens getting in a row to be selected for butchering, so don't make your presence known to what could be your executioner. Keep in mind that wolves might sometimes travel alone, but they always hunt in packs. So where there's one, there's most likely others nearby. Stay alert and get away while continuing to remain hidden. Tip 3. Whatever you do, do not run. We've all heard of the fight or flight response. It's in the human DNA to want to flee any and every dangerous situation. It's very important that in a wolf encounter, we fight our basic instinct and stay put. After all, wolves are predators and they stay on top of the food chain by hunting their prey. They can run up to 65 kilometers an hour, so you must remember you can never outrun one, unless you're Usain Bolt. Running will only trigger them into chasing you. What you can do instead is show submission. Wolves see eye contact as a challenge, so keep your head low and slightly bowed. Tip 4. Assert your dominance. If making yourself small doesn't get the wolf to leave you alone, go the complete opposite route and make yourself as big as possible. You can do that by standing up high, raising your arms above your head, and clapping them while you shout aggressively to assert your dominance. Think Tarzan. Wolves tend to stay within their territory and mark it by howling, so making noise can be interpreted as you marking yours. We can't guarantee you'll manage to scare it, but it might at the very least give you time to escape. Tip 5. Back away slowly. Now that you've bought yourself a couple of minutes to escape, start walking away slowly. But remember to never turn your back on it. You want to maintain your dominant stance, so walk backwards and try not to fall down and serve yourself on a platter by doing so. Continue backing away until you find a group of people or even a tree to climb on, all while facing the wolf. Tip 6. Start a fire. Much like most species, if you don't count dragons of course, wolves are terrified of fire, so much that they will back away as soon as they get close to smoke. Grab anything you can find that can help you light a fire quickly. This might be the one time you'd be lucky to be a smoker and get to work. If you're in a situation where you simply can't start one, try finding a camping site with a bonfire or a place where someone already has a fire on. Tip 7. Get into a fetal position. Identify and protect your vulnerable spots. Keep in mind that the weak points you'll learn to attack in a martial arts class are the same ones you'll need to protect on yourself. The first one to remember is your jugular. Wolves go for a fast and easy kill, so they'll aim for your neck and throat first. The biting capacity of a wolf is 1,500 pounds of pressure per square inch. The strength of their jaw allows them to bite through the bones of a moose, so they can bite through your flesh with as much ease as you bite into a donut. By getting into the fetal position, you might at least have a chance of protecting your vital organs. Tip 8. Fight back. Since wolves go for an easy kill, they'll want an easy prey. If all else fails, you'll need to prove you're not an easy prey. Aim for the face as it's their most sensitive part and start hitting it back with whatever you can get your hands on, be it rocks, sticks, branches, or even your own belongings. The wolf might not have fallen for your show of dominance, but fighting back might make you seem like a meal that's too much trouble and just not worth the effort. Tip 9. Band together. Wolves avoid human crowds. If they do approach your group, they will instinctively go for the weakest and naturally vulnerable, which in the laws of nature is done to keep their prey from going extinct. That means the most endangered people are children, the elderly, and anyone who is injured. Get the vulnerable people together in one spot and form a circle around them to keep them protected. Make sure the circle isn't broken and that everyone is monitoring their part of the perimeter. When faced with a large, impenetrable group of people, wolves might back away on their own. Tip 10. Secure your shelter. You've managed to not be seen or even fight back, escape, and finally get yourself in a safe spot? Do not relax just yet. Keep your guard up. You might feel safe now, but the wolf might be lingering around waiting for another opportunity to attack, especially if it's hungry. Grab some sharp objects, sticks, branches, camping tools, and create a barrier around your site. If you construct it properly, it might keep the wolves from getting in. They will still be able to hear or smell you, so always have someone keeping guard at all times. We hope you found these tips helpful, although it might be smarter to not get yourself in a situation where you're going to need them in the first place. In any case, you're one step, or 10, closer to being a wolf survival expert. Even if just for sharing random facts on your next trivia night. What would your initial reaction be to encountering a wolf? Which one of these tips sounds like the most useful? Or is there any you know of that we forgot to mention? Let us know in the comments below.